Hello everybody, welcome. I'm No02, and thank you for watching this video. This is my solo clutch No Hope Nightmare deck for Acts 1 through 3. Now, if you're not familiar with this idea, this concept, this is about you being the hero, essentially. This is about you having all the tools necessary to pretty much beat all of the missions in Acts 1 through 3, regardless of the skill level or the presence of your teammates. We're going to have the use speed necessary to load the field cannon for Act 1. We'll have the necessary grenade damage to blow up bosses very easily at the end of Act 2. We'll have the grenade damage to blow up bosses for the end of Act 3, but also the movement speed and stamina necessary to allow us to comfortably run around the house on T5 while our teammates hold out on the stairs, regardless of the unique challenges that Acts 1 through 3 are going to throw at you. You will have all the tools necessary to deal with it, and you can do so regardless of your crappy teammates. Now, a couple of little checklist here, a couple of things here. One, this deck is not designed to be played with bots. If you'd be playing with bots on No Hope mode or Nightmare mode, you should probably just be running a deck that is specific to the act that you're going to be playing in. This is more about just like hitting the quick play, going into a Nightmare round, or getting organized with some random people for No Hope mode or with your friends. Super flexible deck regardless of what's going on. So, designed to be played with humans. One, this deck is for Acts 1 through 3, not for Acts 4. You should probably be running a specialized deck for that as well. I have that deck. I just posted it, a couple of weeks ago, whatever. LMG Quick Kill deck. Awesome deck. This deck can be played with any character, can be played with any weapon. Use whatever you prefer. And now let's get into the cards of this deck. Hazard Pay. So, Hazard Pay, I've made a video about it, I've talked about it extensively, while everyone gravitates towards Money Grubbers. With the reworks to the fixed copper rates on all the missions, and No Hope mode having so little copper in it in general, Money Grubbers is just not worth it unless somebody's running Copper Scavenger, or you hit Cost of Avarice, and even then, Money Grubbers is just a drop in the bucket compared to how much copper you can actually get out with Cost of Avarice all on its own. And in fact, you need to get Cost of Avarice every 2 to 3 missions in order for it to be better than Hazard Pay. Either way, Hazard Pay versus Share the Wealth. Now, in Nightmare mode, you might be getting more use out of Hazard Pay, because in No Hope mode, again, we're not, this is not designed to be played with bots, so hopefully you're playing with human beings with this deck. In that which instance you've formed a team, you've taken the time to organize yourselves, you should probably run Share the Wealth. But when it comes to quick play with random teammates, it's Hazard Pay versus Share the Wealth, and it's either do we trust our teammates or do we trust ourselves more? If you trust yourself more, you run Hazard Pay. If you're cynical, you run Hazard Pay because we'd rather have 150 extra for ourselves than an extra 300 copper for the potatoes that we have as teammates. If you believe in hope and that your teammates will pull through in the long run, run Share the Wealth. Then we have our standard Grenade Pouch, Pinata. No scavenger cards here. It's all about Pinata. If things are looking dire, if things are looking desperate, you're running out of supplies, that enemy called Attrition is taking over, set up a good juicy Pinata kill, right? A horde is triggered, punch at a doorway, let the horde build up, one grenade blows up the entire horde. That's 20 to 30 chances for Pinata to trigger, like mathematically guaranteed to get something. Maybe you get lucky and get more than what you spent. And then we have the movement speed here. Run like hell, dash, and superior cardio. The reason why we're going superior cardio over cross trainers now is just because of the way that stamina cards are working now. It's way, 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 way easier now, because stamina cards in the game also give stamina regen. It's way easier to get stamina slowly over time through a campaign by picking up random basic cards, or having a surplus of money and picking up the team upgrade, which if you're on T3, if you're on Act 3, preparing for T5 or for the body dump, you have the extra cash, your team should be purchasing 1 or 2 extra team stamina upgrades, because that's like the most important thing you're going to have for those 2 particular missions. So getting extra stamina over time through a mission or through a campaign can be relatively easy. Getting sprint efficiency, though, not so much. You have to actually find a card that gives it to you. The superior cardio gets more and more and more valuable the more stamina that we slowly build over time. And so hopefully when you get to those critical running missions, you'll have enough extra stamina that superior cardio will be basically extending your stamina bar by 20%. Now we have the grenade damage. Bomb squad, improvised explosives. You still need colored grenades. This is not like you don't like queue into Heralds of the Worm with this deck and just start grenade dumping bosses. This is about building up your grenade damage over time. The most overpowered OP runs that you're ever going to experience is when you start from the very beginning, play through every single mission, couple of extra hives here and there. That will at the end, especially in Nightmare mode, can be possible in No Hope mode as well. You get to the end with purple everything, totally decked out, extra grenade slots, extra stamina, right? So if you can get to purple grenades, which is totally possible in just about all the campaigns when it becomes critical, especially for Act 2, where we have 3 missions that are boss rushes. It's at the very end of that campaign, so getting purple grenades by that point, totally possible. Totally possible. At which point, this really is just about enough grenade damage that you can dump 4 or 5 grenades into a breaker and kill it, for the most part. And hopefully someone on your team is also shooting their gun and helping you out. But if you're really, really desperate, you can actually do it by yourself. Fire in the Hole, great clutch card. The Fire in the Hole makes your life so much easier. We're running all these extra grenade slots. Fire in the Hole turns your grenades into pain pills, right? We're running extra 4 grenades total. That's an extra 80 points of temporary health. Not only that, on the finale, on the midway finale for Act 1, when you're at the bar, there's a whole shelf of Molotovs. Like 100 plus points of temporary health. You can stand in the fire and just and just throw Molotovs. Fire in the Hole and Pinata makes the Barroom Blitz a free mission if people just let you throw them. Secondly, Fire in the Hole makes Body Dump a borderline free mission. With all of the cases open up, you just pick up T5 grenades and you chuck them wildly and you have infinite health. Infinite health, and you're holding off the Horde. It's amazing. So Fire in the Hole, I think, has just become borderline a must-have card. Like, if you're looking to have success as a solo player, playing with random people, or playing with bots, like, Fire in the Hole is a must-have card. It's an incredible card. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we have Cold Brew Coffee, Multi-Tool Headband Magnifier. We have the use speed specifically for Act 1, so that if you get to the Sound of Thunder, and everyone's like, duh, who's gonna use the field cannon? And everyone's like, well, I don't have use speed. I'm running my Belgian 100% accuracy deck. Right? We've all been there. You know, this person's running their epic melee deck, but they got 15 cards that all have melee in it, right? You get to the end, and no one has use speed. Well, you do. And this really is totally doable. And I would recommend, if you get to this point, I would recommend that you be in charge of pipe bombs. That's probably the more critical part. And you tell your teammates, you guys kill mutations. You see a mutation, you throw a grenade at it. You have your teammates buy grenades, you buy the pipe bombs, and it's basically just, you load it in a shell, you fire it, you unload it, you throw a pipe bomb, and then you rinse and repeat. As soon as that pipe bomb's done blowing up, you throw a second one. And if you're in control of that and your teammates can hold off the mutations, it's free. It's totally free, and this is enough use speed to get it done. I would say you would probably need at least 5 pipe bombs. 5 purple pipe bombs would give you literally enough seconds to get this all done if you're efficient and fast. Now we have these 2 cards. And I would say Fresh Bandage is going to be a little bit of a flex card here. On your mark, for ammo. And that's it. That's all we care about, is the extra ammo. Hopefully some of your teammates are also running on your mark. 10% is not a whole lot, depending on what weapon you're running. But when it comes to playing with random people, or just the bullet sponges that mutations become in No Hope mode, ammo is going to be critical. Having just the opportunity for infinite ammo is great. On your mark is great for Act 2. There's a lot of a lot of reoccurring Horde events in Act 2, so ammo. And essentially at this point we're getting to this idea of, like, we don't have teammates who are communicating or working with us, or they're dead all the time, so they can't give us ammo. If that's the case, we have the ability to give ourselves extra ammo slowly over time. And next is Fresh Bandage. You don't have a support character, you have a crappy support character. You can basically heal and remove your trauma slowly over time between missions. Now, I will say that Fresh Bandage can be sort of a flex card here with Amped Up. And sort of between Amped Up and Fresh Bandage, we accomplish the entire role of a support character. Healing through a mission, recovery of trauma over time. That's the primary job of a support character, right? That we think of as far as healing goes. Keeping you alive in the mission, slowly getting rid of your trauma over time. And that's the two primary functions. And Amped Up and Fresh Bandage do that. But here's the thing. Here's the reason why I am encouraging or recommending Fresh Bandage over time. Health is our mistake resource. I've said it every day. Every day I wake up and I look at my wife and I say, health is your mistake resource. And she's like, who would I marry? But trauma is those mistakes becoming permanent over time. So if you're going through a mission and you're really struggling for health, the end result is you're going to die. And you might think to yourself, man, if only we had Amped Up, we would have lived through that mission. But really, having enough health or not is just you either complete the mission or you die. Right? So if you're like desperate to try and get to some sort of checkpoint, and there's lots of horde events in it, maybe Amped Up's the way to go. But when you're really looking at a run from start to finish, trauma is that big issue, right? Because it's you live or die. Who cares, right? Who cares about your health if you end up being dead because now you're dead? Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? The fact of the matter is, over the course of a long run, the thing that you're going to end up having more issues with, the thing that's going to be costing you more and more copper over time, is trauma. But with Fresh Bandage, every other mission you're recovering a med cabinet's worth of trauma for free, and also you'll never have to drop the 100 copper at the beginning of a mission to heal up. It's awesome. This is a huge economic card, and again, right, this is a solo clutch deck. We have all of the tools to beat all of the finales with this deck rather comfortably, even if our teammates are potatoes. Not only that, we can help compensate for ammo as far as our teammates not being self-aware. If teammates don't seem to ever hear you say running out of ammo, and then maybe you even drop some of your ammo on the ground and you like ping it, and then they run up and they take some, and then you wait and you expect them to return the favor, but then they just run off and get killed. On your mark. Don't have a good support character? Fresh Bandage. I will say if running Amped Up is probably good as well. Having one Amped Up card or two is so nice for a team, but I would encourage you to try out the Fresh Bandage. You'll be amazed at how much health, how much trauma you can recover over the course of an entire mission. You can easily go through some runs, entire campaigns, and never need a medicine cabinet because of Fresh Bandage. So, solo clutch deck, acts 1 through 3, you have all the tools to do all the things, and you can compensate for a crappy team by having lots of extra health, lots of extra ammo. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the future.